Good evening, Rabbi. There's a midrash in Yalkut Shimoni in Parashat Beshalach. It says over there, interesting statements. There are three things it says there. One who loves Talmidei Chachamim, he loves Torah scholars. There's the one who honors Talmidei Chachamim, and then there's the one who fears Talmidei Chachamim. Three things, right? So it says the one who loves Torah, Talmidei Chachamim, he's going to be zocher to have children who are Talmidei Chachamim. This is the zechut that he has. Because he loves them, Hashem will give him children who are Talmidei Chachamim. He says if he honors Talmidei Chachamim, if he honors them, gives them kavod, he'll have zechut to have a son-in-law, Chatan, who's Talmid Chacham. That's what it says. And it says, but the one who fears Talmidei Chachamim, he's afraid of them. You know? He says he himself will be a Talmid Chacham. He himself will become a Talmid Chacham. So why is the one who fears Talmidei Chachamim considered to be, he himself, he will be Talmid Chacham? Because it says in the pasuk, right? It says, Et Adonai Elohecha tir'ah. Right? That's what it says. Comes Rabbi Akiva in the Talmud and says the word et. Right? What is it coming to add to you? Et. What does et mean? Right? We say today, we translate like this. When we translate the word et, we usually say the. This, a definite article. But the truth is, in the Torah, it's not really the so much. So the word et, what does that mean? So it says the Talmud, et Adonai Elohecha tir'ah, et comes to include Talmidei Chachamim. That also you have to fear Talmidei Chachamim. That's what it says. Just like you fear HaKadosh Baruch Hu, also you have to fear Talmidei Chachamim. That's what Rabbi Akiva says in the Gemara. What's the reason for that? What's the reason why a person has to fear Talmidei Chachamim? Why? Because, right, it says, and Talmud also another says, Man melacheh Rabbanan. Exactly. Oh, there you go. Are you Israeli? Okay. The Israelis, they know all these things. They have it all on their computer chip there in their head. Everything. Right? You know what that means? Who are the kings? In the world, Talmidei Chachamim. The rabbis are the kings. They're melachim. What does that mean? No, who's the king, right? You have Putin, you have Biden, right? These are the kings. Why Talmidei Chachamim? What's the reason? Talmidei Chachamim, they're the kings? Yes. How is that? Well, how is that? Because Talmid Chacham, he's like a melech. What does that mean? That he has the power to judge people. If he sees somebody who's not behaving properly, he looks at him, puts the eye on him, gives him an eye. This person, no good. So they punish him, When he looks at him, when he looks at these people and sees they're not behaving properly, Kadosh Baruch Hu punishes them because he looked at them. Sometimes also, Lo Aleinu curses them also because they're Rasha'im, they're sinners, That's why he has the power, to punish people. The Talmid Chacham. If he wants to punish somebody, he can punish him. Also, it says, in the Shulchan Aruch, brought down there. This is all brought from Masechet Moed Katan over there. The laws of Shamatah. So the rule is like this, that a person who offends a Talmid Chacham, disgraces a Talmid Chacham, in public especially, even in private, but especially in public, in front of a minyan, 10 people. So you know what the rule is, that Talmid Chacham has the power to put him in nidui, to excommunicate him, to do Shamatah on him. He doesn't need a bet din even. He can do it just by himself. Why? Because this person offended his honor, his kavod. So a person who doesn't have Irat Shamayim, he doesn't fear Talmidei Chachamim. The Talmid Chacham is melech. He can punish this person, if he wants to. That's what it says in Zohar Kadosh also. There's also other things which are said about this, incredible things. It says that the Midrashim brought down there. First of all, in Masechet Shabbat, also over there in the Gemara, it says that whoever is mevazeh Talmid Chacham and trufa lemakato. You know what that means? That a person disgraces a Talmid Chacham, treats him, with disrespect. There's no healing for him. He can't. There's no way to heal the person. His sickness, there's no healing. Like you go to the doctor, lo aleinu, doctor tells you there's no medicine for your sickness. I'm sorry, I can't do nothing for you. That's the same thing. That's what it says in the Gemara, Masechet Shabbat. And trufa lemakato. There's no way to heal this person. Because it's so bad, the person who disgraces Talmidei Chachamim, it's considered to be like he has an incurable illness. This is what it says in the Gemara. Also, there's Midrashim. There's another Gemara, by the way, also on the Masechet Brachot. It says over there that even a Talmid Chacham, in general, by the way, if a person already passed away, he's niftar, there's no prohibition to speak about him lashon hara. There's no prohibition. That's what it says in the poskim. But you're not allowed to speak motzi shemra on him. Something which is a lie. A lie you cannot say. But if it's something true, lashon hara is true. Motzi shemra is not true. It's sheker. It's a lie. You understand? So that's the difference. You're allowed to speak lashon hara about somebody who passed away, but not motzi shemra. Okay. But about Talmidei Chachamim, it says in the Gemara there in Masechet Brachot, there was one person, who came and spoke lashon hara about Shmuel, who was the Gedol Hador, the great Chacham of that generation in the Talmud, the times of the Talmud. Shmuel and Rab, they were Gedol Hador. So somebody spoke lashon hara about him. It says what happened was that he was standing next to a certain building, So came from the roof of the building, something fell off, some kind of an axe or something, hit his head and split it into two, chaf, like this. Why? Because he spoke lashon hara about Talmid Chacham, even though he already passed away. So you see from there that a person has to be very careful, even after they pass away. Don't speak lashon hara about Talmid Chachamim. What is a Talmid Chacham, by the way? What does this mean? That's the question, right? We have to know what this means. People think everybody who wears a black hat, and he has a beard, he's Talmid Chacham. It doesn't work like that. It's not the way it is, right? It doesn't mean because you have a beard or this or whatever, right? Or tzitzit, pe'ot, right? That's not what it's about. So what is Talmid Chacham? It says Maran Bet Yosef in Yoredea, in Laws of Talmud Torah, he says over there that a person who's the posek halacha, if you ask him anything in halacha, he can answer you. Practical halachot about laws of nida, about laws of kashrut, right? Tarat mishpacha, about all the laws, the practical laws, Shabbat, right? The Yom Tov, whatever it is, all the things that you ask him, he can answer you. Either he knows it, or he knows how to look it up. He knows how to find the places which it's written, right? The paskin the halacha for you. He can answer any halacha, practical halacha. A person like this is called Talmid Chacham in every generation. Doesn't mean that he's not on the level that they used to be in the old days. It doesn't matter. The fact that he's now in this generation, he's considered to be Talmid Chacham. He's a posek. He knows how to answer halachot. So there, right, he's called Talmid Chacham. That's what's called Talmid Chacham. So a person has to be careful about that. The truth is that the Chafetz Chaim even writes something further. That even somebody who's not really a posek, he's not really baki in halacha. He doesn't know halacha so good. But he's just learning all day in yeshiva, he learns all day. They sent him to the yeshiva, the kollel, he's learning all day there. He's also considered to be Talmid Chacham on a lower level, not on the same level as we just spoke about. But he's also, so they, what it says in the Chafetz Chaim, that a person who's mevazeh, Talmid Chacham like this, who's learning all day in yeshiva, he's learning all day in kollel, he's chayav b'nidu, he's also liable to excommunication. So you see from there, right? So now getting back to what we said, right? So then why is the one who fears Talmid Chachamim, he's zocher to be Talmid Chacham? Because when you fear Talmid Chacham, that shows that you really believe, that he's a melech, that he knows, he has all these things that we mentioned. If you believe that, and you're really scared, not to get punished, you're scared not to mess with this guy. You don't want to mess with him. Then it really shows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to make you Talmid Chacham, because he wants you to be like him, because you fear him. So that shows that you have Yirat Shamayim. A person who behaves this way, that shows he's a God-fearing person. But a person who's mevazeh Talmid Chachamim, right? Again, as we said, right, that there's three things that are said about this. It says that even person who hates Talmid Chachamim, just in his heart he hates them. There are people like this. They hate Chachamim. So it says Eno chelek ramba, he has no portion in the world to come, just because he hates Talmid Chachamim. There's a midrash like this. Also, the same thing it says, right? Mevazeh Talmid Chacham, the one who's mevazeh Talmid Chacham, Eno chelek ramba, he has no portion in the world to come. Also, same thing it says, that what? Yes, in the Zohar Kadosh, by the way, it says, a person who's mevazeh Talmid Chacham, chayav mita, is liable to death from Yina Shamayim. They can kill him for that. Can you imagine? So a person has to be very careful about these things. So what's the proper thing to do? The proper thing is to honor Talmidei Chachamim, as we said, right? To love them, and to fear them, and also to honor them, to give them kavod. This way, you get all the good things, all the brachot. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen, amen. Chazak Baruch.